Okay, hopefully everybody can hear me now. I didn't have my microphone set correctly. So all that talking that I was doing there for the last 5 minutes, I guess nobody has bloody heard anything about that. So guys, can you all just confirm you can hear me now? Yeah, it looks like people can hear me now. So you didn't hear... Yeah, nobody heard all that chatting that I was doing about the Matrix thing. I've just spent the last 5 minutes chatting a load of stuff about these coaches, and nobody could hear it. Oh, God. Right, well, let's start again. Before we start, I'll just say thank you to Highland Winter Wolf for donating $2 for saying unmute your microphone. Thank you, that was very helpful. So, because nobody heard what I was saying, we'll start again. Tonight I am driving the Caledonia Works LNWR 380 class. This was released back before Christmas sometime, I believe, or early in the new year. These monsters were famous for working on the Clidic Gorge route, and David Whiting says, roll the intro, we're going to start again. I probably should roll the intro scene again and then put a bookmark or something on the video, shouldn't I? Should we do that? Good evening and welcome to Angry Welshman Productions. Oh dear, this has gone well. So, LNWR 380 class, and these are the Gresley non-corridor, non-vestibule Teak coaches, which are in development from Matrix Trains. I was saying about the detailing of all these coaches. That's what I was talking about. Is the panels are all individually modelled, and if you just sit by the side, you can see when you look down the coaches all of the 3D modelling that's gone on. Matrix Trains really are one of the best makers of coaches in the game, I think. And I was also saying is that for Matrix Trains, they've got an online store on the Steam Workshop, but they also have a number of products which are available through the Steam Sound Supreme website. Right. Gray the Floydian Circle says the coaches look gorgeous. They do. They're still work in progress at the moment, so this isn't the final version of them. They do come in a few different liveries. I believe there's BR, painted wood, teak, maroon. But yeah, they'll, still work in progress. I do realise this is a bit of an odd formation as well, but we're doing two streams in one, really. Gordon of Matrix Trains asked me to stream the non-corridor vestibule stop to give a bit of showcasing of that. And Chris didn't actually ask me to do this because it would have been months ago, but I've been, waiting to do it. It's been on my list of things to do to run the 380 class on the Penwyth Valley Railway. So we'll have a quick look inside all the coaches. This is the pigeon van. So you've got all the modelled caskets of, are they caskets or baskets or whatever they're called, of pigeons. There's some really nice detailing that goes on with Matrix Trains stuff, like all the interiors, they are, if you stick your head inside the window, they are actually there. And then you've got a brake coach here, you've got milk chins, luggage, brake wheels, then you've got compartments. One of the things with Train Sim is that you get these very primitive people characters. That's something I would love to see changed for Train Sim, but I think it's Train Sim that causes the problem there, because it will kill your frame rates. If you imagine if you put like 300 human characters as child objects, it would just kill your frame rates, I imagine. I might try it one day. If anyone's watching who's ever tried it, let me know. Yeah, but we'll see. Anyway, without further ado, I think we'll get the tip from the guard and we'll make our way out of Llandiadog. This is a freight engine running a... Oh yeah, that's what I was going to say. Let's have a quick look inside the cab. Because we're sat here blowing off, we've lost all our water. So we'll just fill her up a little bit and shovel some coal. And look at this reverser arrangement. You have to press E. This is the first loco in the Caledonia Works library to have a working reverser lock, I believe. But also this particular engine had a very strange system that you've got the lever handle there and you've got a screw reverser handle there. I'm not really sure what the point of that was. Not that it really matters, I mean, that's just how it was. Shut the door. We'll have a quick look around the cab as well while we're here. Nice, well painted. Let's take the brakes off. London and Northwestern. Definitely giving me Brecon and Merthyr vibes, this is. Oh yeah, and this is my little contribution to this loco. Is while Chris was doing the research for this engine, he wanted to add a T-can. He wanted to model a T-can. And it was me and Tom actually found this one available. I think there's a company that actually make them for Heritage Railways. We found a picture of it and sent it to Chris, and he was like, oh, I'm going to make that, and there you are. There it is, chaps. That's my contribution to this loco, was finding some reference material. And then, of course, being a Caledonia Works loco, you've got the typical things. We got Bible there. I think there's even a rule book. Oh my god, Christ alive. Fucking shit. You arsehole, you scared the living shit out of me. Thank you. I thought somebody was fucking attacking me. Okay, just to give you guys some context, my wife walked in and gave me some Terry's chocolate orange, and I absolutely shit myself. Right, let's just turn the injectors off quickly. Bible, where was I? I've lost my train of thought now. Oil can, and that was another thing that me and Tom helped with, was the Bar and Company biscuits. I think Chris had to change the name of the, he had to change the name. I think it's supposed to be Car and Company. But of course, you know, copyright just in case, he had to change the name, which is alright. Oh, it's not a movable one. Anyway, as long as my wife decides not to give me any more heart attacks, let's get going, shall we? Open the cylinder trains. And as I've said on several occasions before, that Chris has changed to using Substance Painter for working on his textures, and it has made a huge difference, I think, to the way textures are done. I was going to plug my Xbox controller in as well so that we could get some panoramic shots, but I will admit, you know, considering I forgot that I was live streaming, I completely forgot to plug it in, so, you know, there we go. LNWR loco on Gresley stock. What is the world coming to? Tom is saying he needs to reskin the biscuit tin into Chairman's custard creams. Yes, that's a cracking idea, Tom, if you can do it. So chaps, unfortunately on tonight's passenger service there is no buffet car available because obviously we're on non-corridor stock. So there's no way to hop from, you know, compartment to compartment. Shut the cylinder cocks. Let's notch her up a bit. About 40%. Just put the brakes back to running. It almost sounds like a Great Western engine with a vacuum pump going. The sounds on this are quite meaty. If I open her up to second valve, oh, listen to that. I don't think it's very often. In fact, I think this has got to be one of the first times I've ever actually streamed anything in LMS Black. And of course, Caledonia Works locos. We got the awesome cab views from the side. Now this is something which I really like. It's just getting down and dirty with the connected rods. Then you've got front, side views, and then the same on the other side. You've got your smoke box view, so you can look at the motion, inside motion. quite a nice view actually, just sitting on the side of the running plate. 25 mile an hour will ease her off a bit. So guys, just want to do a little test. I'm just about to pass this bridge. I've got the stream set to ultra low latency tonight, so just want to see how much delay there is between passing that bridge and you guys dropping a comment. So just say yes, or just type something real quick in the chat so that we can see what the delay is. I'd say it's about 10 seconds so far. Yes, alright. Maybe 12, 13 seconds delay. That's not too bad. The other day, or the last time I live streamed, there was a really, there was a big problem with my internet, I think. I was really struggling. Everybody was reporting that the stream was buffering all the time. Seems to be working a lot better tonight. Is anybody having problems? Apart from the, incompetence on my end of not having the microphone set up properly. Tom's messaged me saying you're muted on your live stream. I've only just seen it. Everybody's suitably deafened by the tunnel. There we go. Handbrake on. I'm going to take the brakes off. Everybody has been at their eardrums destroyed by the tunnel. Excellent, that's what I like to hear. So since we're at Penwyth, we'll jump out and take some obligatory screenshots. Even though I think the thumbnail to this live stream is actually this exact screenshot. But, yeah. It looks good. It's one of my favourite places to do screenshots. So I hope everybody is doing alright tonight. Have you all got your drinks and snacks in? I myself have got a glass of rum and lemonade. Turn the game sounds up or take the game volume down. Let me just see what my desktop thing is saying. No, not that. Volume mixer. Hey. Train sim. I'll put that up to 50. Let's see how that goes. I've put the train sim volume up a bit. I always found that if the game volume was too loud, then I struggled to hear what I was saying. Popcorn and apple juice, there you are. Beer and Pringles. T-Bone's got the right idea. Joe Light Railway's not eating or drinking. A and WP has just got out the shower. thank you for sharing that. That's wonderful. At least we know you're clean. Let's see if anyone's going to get on or off. Tom said put the game volume down and mic volume up. Is my mic not very loud then? Let me try again, Tom. Let's see. I'll try gain volume at 30. Let's see if I can adjust my microphone volume. I don't think I can adjust that here. Hey. Nope, I can't adjust that here. That's got to be in the microphone settings, which I think is already up at full. Yeah, microphone settings is already up at full. Yes. Device property. Ah, no, it's not. Microphone to 70. Okay, that should have increased my microphone volume significantly. So everybody let me know if the volumes are any better or if they're worse. Jonathan Law says get a new mic. No, well, considering I paid 120 quid for this microphone, I don't think I will. Speedy Slayer says it's much better. Okay, well, let's carry on for a bit and see how that goes. Right, doors are shut. We need to take the handbrake off. Brakes are already off. And we're going to go and sit up here on this rock. We'll sit on my favourite rock, because this is a cracking filming location right here. Something which I would love to see for this game, and I don't know if it can be done. Ian Garbison says turn the game volume down. I was going to say the game volume is down to 30. It should be fine. Robert Trott, I won't be here for long. Okay, well, thank you for sharing that. Going back to the live stream, I am on my favourite rock. I was just saying, you know that there's a way to use your Xbox 360 controller so you get a nice pan shot like that, and it's nice and smooth. I wish there was a way to zoom in and out like this, because at the moment you use your mouse wheel and it's a little bit clumsy. I wish there was a way to actually do that, but with the Xbox controller. Notched her up. Full power. We'll chuck the fire through the chimney. Oh, we need a notch up, do we? It might be wise to start injecting about now because we've got 0.3 in the boiler water level. And it might be wise to do some shoveling. Yeah, Tom, the Xbox 360 controller really makes a difference with filming. So good. The panning shots are cracking. I just wish you could zoom in and out at the same time. King Ori says, something tells me this is a regular spot for filming in Over the Hills. Yeah, it will be. There are a number of spots on this line that will be regular spots for filming, I think. Joe Light Railway, have you driven the coal tank on the Keighley and Penwyth Valley? Not yet. That is something that me and Sam are planning to do. Probably as a virtual footplate run. Oh, we are running out of steam, chaps. Let's open the dampers, turn the blower up. I have not managed my fire very well. Now, this doesn't happen very often for a Caledonia Works loco, but I'm injecting at the same time and shoveling. Ginsy Life has just donated £5. Goodness me, thank you very much. I think people are having some problems with the game volume because of the safety valve that keeps going off. Yeah, that's... Oh, well, we're about to go into a tunnel, so I'll have to talk to you in just a minute. Let's go through this tunnel. Oh, watch me stall in this bloody tunnel now. I think everybody is really enjoying going through tunnels right now, aren't they, with the loud echoing. Yeah, this is just one of those things about Caledonia Works locos, is that they do blow off an awful lot. We are getting some water back in the boiler now. In fact, I'm going to have to shut the injector off just so I can make a bit of steam. Yeah, we'll make a bit of steam and then we can... If I get the regulator through the roof, that'll draw the fire as well. It's one of the poetic ironies of steam locos is that sometimes you have to use steam to make steam. Jonathan Laws is always full of wonderful comments, you are. You'd rather step into an active minefield than go through a tunnel with me ever again. Well, brace yourself because we'll be going through another tunnel before long. Oh, we're running out of water again. Let's get some coal on that fire. I think I've let the fire die down a little bit too much. Nathan O'Connor is asking some history about these engines. The thing is, Nathan, is I try not to do too much of that because generally, unless I know something specific about the loco, then generally what I'll tell you guys is just what I've found on Wikipedia. I'm not really like a tremendous expert when it comes to steam engines or trains in general. I enjoy them, I love them, I know a fair bit about them, I would say, but trying to pretend to be an expert, no, I'm not going to pretend to be an expert. We've got a bit more coal on the fire now. Is Over the Hills being rebooted? There's not going to be an episode 7. No, that's right. There won't be an episode 7. Well, there will be an episode 7, but not in the current format. Right. I gotta get injecting because I've really got not much water level in. I can shut off because we do have a slow speed up ahead, and I can shut that and I can let the fire come round a bit. Boiler pressure's going up. think we may very well have to stop for a blow-up, chaps. I've really ruined the fire. It's because I've been sat around talking for so long, I just let the boiler pressure come down. Oh well, since we are still moving, let's get a panoramic shot. Does look quite good. So these engines, the 380 class, built by the London and North Western Railway by Beams, they were usually used, well, they were used all over the LNWR, I suppose, but they did find a niche in the South Wales valleys, in particular from Abergavenny Shed. I gotta get that fire up. This isn't going so great. Will just be a live stream now where we end up just doing 15 mile an hour the whole way because I got no bloody steam. Although this has got to be a first, I don't think I've ever run out of steam on a Caledonia Works loco before. I think I need to give this route a little bit of a spruce up with the Vulcan Productions grass or scenery. If anyone fancies doing a scenery update, here we go. There's an opportunity here. Nathan O'Connor asks, are you excited for the Caledonia Works Cathedral class? Well, considering that I am one of 5 people that commissioned it, yes, I am incredibly excited. I am very excited for that loco. As is Tom, Andy, Chris, and Oliver. We got some fire in. Well, we're up to 46%. I'm going to get it up to about 60, I think. Joe Light Railway's wonderful questions are back. Oh, I always love having you on the channel. Can you do a Rocky Mountain for this railway? I'm not really sure what the question is then. Something I wanted to do, I would love to replace all the track with the meter gauge track and run some American narrow gauge steamers, the Baldwins, from was it Machine Rail. Will Russell 21, how good are the Caledonia Works locos? I've never got one, so I don't know what quality I'm getting. Well, Will, I'm driving one right now. This is the LNWR 380 class, but obviously they've got a massive library of locos available. If you are looking for something to get into, if you've never bought any DLC or Steam locos for Train Sim, I would very much recommend some of Chris's locos because they're, you can drive them. You haven't got to think too much. They're straightforward to drive, and they look good. They sound good. The quality is exceptional. Yeah, if you're thinking about doing it, then just get on the website, buy one. Choose a loco that you like and just try one. Don't be afraid to just try it. If you get stuck and you're not sure how to install it, there's people around who can help you install them. Not just from their website, but from community. There's tutorials on YouTube of how to do it as well. Just go and do it. Just go and buy one. Even if you just buy one loco, just try it out. Because I know that installing things for Train Sim, if you've never done it before, it can be a bit of a pain in the backside. Because I suppose that if you've never done it, it's quite fiddly. But yeah, 100% worth it. Caledonia Works, the same as Bossman Games and Matrix Trains. There are other developers that I thoroughly recommend. Steam Lancers, I'd love to see the Glyn Valley Tramway. Welsh Navigate stuff. Yeah, well, there is the Festiniog line and the Welsh Highland. That's been made for Train Sim. That's and it's free as well. Will there be a stream with a Great Western Star on the Royal Train? Well, there could be. That's something I am considering now that you've said it. That's not a bad idea. We'd have to get Royal Train head code and coaches and all sorted, but it's something that could be done. Dogs, use discount code LMS is best for a surprise through the website. Yeah, Chris has a habit of doing things like that. He sets up discount codes just to wind me and Tom up. So, yeah. I think one code he did was hashtag sausage once. But obviously, those codes will only work for the night or the duration of the live stream. It looks like we're coming round. Yep, we're injecting and we're making steam, so the fire is getting hotter. So I think the moral of the story is keep the fire a bit higher. Yeah, we'll leave it there because we're going to shut off now because we're coming up to the next station. Well, the boiler water level is certainly a lot higher than it used to be. For those of you wondering as well, this is the S-Wave branch, which I have used as the Penwyth Valley Railway with some modifications. But to be honest, the same that I say to everybody, the modifications that I've done really are not, it's not significant. It doesn't change the route that much. Excuse me. Will I ever release it? No, because it's not my route to release. Plus, if you've got the S-Wave branch, which is you could download from UK Train Sim, then you don't need my version, because it's virtually the same anyway. You are pulling into Pontymoyle Station. Not gonna lie, that was actually quite a good stop for me, by my standards. So put the handbrake on and take the vacuum off. Just building up boiler pressure, ready for the departure as well. Boiler pressure is coming around nicely. Something which I have done to this route is, as you notice, I can open the station, I can open the doors at every station. But because I've messed around with the route so much, you probably won't see any passengers. It's because I've killed them. I've murdered them all. Steamlance asks, where's the version that Sam is doing for the Rebooted Over the Hills? Well, he's still working on it. Sam has had a new laptop. He's getting back into his reskinning. Hey, we're blowing off. So hopefully he's going to carry on and finish the route, because he did make a number of good modifications. Let's have a look at what people are saying. I'm trying to keep an eye on the chat as well, guys. I do find this difficult when I'm on my own, especially trying to drive and fire at the same time. Will Russell 21, I've got a couple of Matrix Trains in Bossman Games logos. I've always got them directly from the Steam store. I think I'll get the Caledonia Works Princess when it comes out and see what I think. Yeah, that's it's looking set to be a really good one actually. If you've always downloaded DLC through the Steam store, you know, obviously installing stuff from third-party websites is different, but there is an installer program or the utilities which comes with Train Sim. But by far the easiest way to install DLC is to download WinZip or 7-zip and open the RWP file as a 7-zip, and then just literally copy and paste assets and contents from that folder into your Train Sim install wherever it is. And that is just by far the easiest and quickest way to install Train Sim DLC. Oh god, Gwion is playing Hornby Virtual Railway. Goodness me, Gwion, that is an old game. Now, I remember when that first came out, I remember what a big deal it was. I was fascinated with building my own layout. I loved it. Oh, Tom has just pre-ordered a Southern Railway Leader. That's nice. Is it DCC or just analog? And what's the company that is making it, Tom? Is it Rapido Models? Is that the company? Now, this is one of my favourite shots from this route. I remember the speed limit is 25 miles an hour until we cross this bridge. Oh, it's KR Models. Okay, KR Models. Here we go. Look at that. What a shot. Now we can open the reg through the roof, because we're entering the first 40 miles an hour section. Actually, I don't think it's the first. I think it's the second or third. Notch her up a little bit. He's gone for the original grey model, no crests. DCC ready. Okay. I'm trying any new model I'm buying, I'm trying to do DCC fitted with sound if I can. But obviously I'm buying less. I don't remember the last time I bought a model. It was a long time ago now. I think it was actually the last model I bought probably was the Oxford Rail Dean Goods, which was also DCC sound fitted. And I also had a bunch of my other models fitted with sound. So I've got a DJ Models 1400, and I've got a pannier, Bachmann pannier, the 6400 pannier. It's fitted with sound, and they sound so good. I just wish I had a proper layout. The layout I got right now, it needs a lot of work, and I'm just thinking about scrapping it, to be honest, because it needs a little bit too much work for me with my limited time availability and skill set. I would rather just get a baseboard and have a bunch of track and just have a play, really. And goodbye to your eardrums. Oh, I think we ought to, well, we'll keep injector, we'll let go of the fire. So we're in the 40-mile-an-hour section on our way to Abersaeth. And I always have to remember to set the points correctly here. And we're not quite in there yet. That's actually quite a good filming shot. Alright, so we're heading to Abersaeth. These engines, the 380 class, they didn't make it. I think they just avoided BR service. I think maybe one or two did. I think there was a couple that did make it into BR service, but they really were at the end of their tether, and they were withdrawn by 1948, 1949, I think. A lot of them were based in South Wales, which is where Over the Hills is based. I am planning to have one as a character. Let's have a look at the chat. Old Contemptible says 2 were renumbered to BR numbers. Yeah, I thought I read something like that. 2 of them, they weren't painted, they were just given BR numbers. Is Dye being turned into an LNWR 380? Well, no, Dye is going to stay a 7F. I think there's too much love for the 7Fs. Incidentally, let's have a little poll while we're in the chat, chaps. How many of you want Dye to remain a 7F, or how many of you would like him to be another loco? Just, you know, don't worry about what loco you'd want. Just think about, you know, yes or no. Just purely to get an idea of what the opinion is. Tom wants Dye changed to a 2800. Scottish Steam Production says, are you excited for the Great Western Cathedral class when it's released? Well, considering I am one of 5 people that commissioned it, yes I am. There you are, look. Everybody is saying that he should stay a 7F. So I think it's pretty unanimous there, isn't it? I must admit I am a bit of a troll, especially in what was my own Facebook group, because I kept telling people that I was changing the character. I am sorry. Will is saying that Caledonia Works are going to do a 7F. Yes, I am aware. That is why he is doing it. It's not a commission, but Chris has said it's basically as a tip for me to make a new 7F. Plus, I think a 7F, a new version, will sell. Because the old one is just so old now. I mean, it's, you know, it's a nice model, but by the modern standards, just looking outside the cab, you can see all the cab details. You don't get that with the 7F. Given the early withdrawal dates, how would an LNWR 380 class survive to be an early preservation era character? Well, this is why rewriting Over the Hills is becoming difficult. I've been doing an awful lot of research into the early days of preservation, and in particular the Great Western Society and the Bluebell Railway, the Penwyth Valley, North Yorkshire Moors, in particular the mid-60s to early 70s. And you are right, the problem with a 380 class is just that it is a bit of a stretch. The way I'm getting round it is I'm going to say that a 380 class was just kept in operation up until Abergavenny Brecon Road shed closed as a stationary boiler, and then a society came together to buy one, and then they end up on the Penwyth Valley Railway. Somebody said about the answer is because I can do what I want. It's not. I mean, I am trying to make it not, uber realistic, because there's only so much realism you can have with a show about talking trains after all. But where the bloody hell is the tank filler caps? Am I being stupid? But there are no tank lids. I think I'm being stupid right now. Unless they're on the tender. Is that them? Are they under there? If anyone's watching, there doesn't seem to be any lids for the water tanks. And I genuinely have no idea where they would be. Well, we need water anyway. So this is our halfway halt. Let's turn our injector off. Let's have another look. Tank fillers are on the bunker. Oh, right, okay. I honestly, you know what? I didn't even think that would be the case. I suppose there is a tank underneath the bunker. It's usually on a slope. You can't see it, but normally they would be riveting here where the under bunker tank is, and they would be connected with balance pipes to the main tanks. But yeah, it's an unusual place. Oh well, you learn something new. Didn't really make much difference to actually put in water in the loco there. I think this water tower is a bit high. I'm not sure why it's so high. I think that's something's happened to this route, I think. I don't remember that water tower being that high. Let's have a look at this one. No, I don't remember that one being that high either. I've probably stopped a little bit further down the platform than I should have, but then I am taking on water. We ready, chaps? Ready to make a move? Would help if I took the handbrake off as well. Off we go. Scottish Steam Productions is asking, are you excited for the cathedral? Yes, I certainly am. Since I'm one of 5 people who commissioned it with Chris. The other commissioners were me, Tom, Chris, Oliver and Andy. Andy, I will give him a bit of a shout out. I don't think he watches these videos, but I'll give him a shout out anyway. He put in an awful lot of work into research and planning, coming up with a list of locos and the liveries, numbers, all that sort of thing. And Gwion is saying ahem. Oh yeah, that's right, Gwion donated £1 towards the project. So there you are, there were 6 commissioners. James Shelton has a question. I have a question, he has announced. So what is your question, James Shelton? Why is there an extra handle on the Researcher? I said about that earlier. If I'm honest, nobody knows. In the chat that we've got at Caledonia Works, I don't think anyone could provide an actual answer on why this arrangement is like it is. My assumption is it was something just to make it, because you don't have enough room to have a full-length lever in the cab, so it's got to be sort of enclosed in this water tank. So my assumption is that it's because the lever's very small, you have to have a screw and a lever as well, because otherwise it might be difficult to use. But hey, if anyone else has done any research and found a better reason, please let us know, because none of us could figure it out. It's just the LNWR being the LNWR. Oh, Guion says, sorry, it was £3. Okay. Guion donated £3 to the Cathedral project. Tom's saying Andy did shit tons of research and influence for the Cathedral, so he deserves a lot more recognition for the project. Yes, I'll be fair, he does. He did an awful lot of research. What was obvious from the start of the project was how enthusiastic he was. Joe, Aaron Stockwell, what do you think of the A4? Well, I mean, it's not released yet, but I'm really looking forward to seeing it, because the A4, the only one that we've got is the Dovetail Games one, which is all right, but it's starting to look old. That's the only thing with it. It's compared to a lot of the Steam DLCs that are available nowadays, it is starting to look dated. And there are a lot of Steam logos in Train Sim which are inevitably, they came out in the first years of Railworks and Railworks 2, so they are getting on a bit in years. It would be nice to see some updates for them, but obviously that's a lot of money. What did I contribute to the project? To be honest, mostly my contribution was financial. The same with Tom and the others. We came together, there was an opportunity to commission a loco, and we decided it was a thing. And I helped a little bit with the research and finding drawings. I had a few books which from the Great Western, which helped, I think. And certainly helped Chris in doing some research. Oh, Guion's saying it's a screw-assisted reverser. So perhaps it would be, maybe it'd be useful for shunting then. Well, we seem to be doing much better with our fire now. Chris will do the A4 justice. I think he will, Tom. Chris is planning so many different variations of the A4. The only thing I'm really hoping is that, when they do come into the game, that we will see finally a loco that is capable of achieving 126 miles per hour. Railworks graphics have come a massive way in the last decade or so, which makes me wonder if someone will come out of the low-res retro version one day. That's an interesting comment. You never know. I mean, people are doing interesting and wonderful things with old DLC and old programs nowadays. People are getting some of the old games which came out on consoles all those years ago, then running them on emulators. So, it is possible, I think. We're about to go into another tunnel, so I'll see you in a few moments. Very quickly zip along. Oh no, this is a shot I wanted to set up, but I've got to be very quick with getting it right. Right, there we go. So, some of you who have followed the AWP Facebook page on Facebook have seen a couple of months ago I was messing around with static objects in the game. So here's one I made earlier. A model of the LNWR coal tank in Mr. Davis's office. Now, there are a couple of problems with doing this, is that... how to describe it? I'm not very good at describing it, but basically every model that's imported into the game has a geo file. I can't think of the proper name of it. It's a geo file. And everything you do, you add textures to it, but it still references the same geo file, which is basically the model. Now, what you can do is you can use another static object, such as a bench or something, and then just apply the geo file to it, and you create a static object, which you can then adjust in size and all that. The only downside is because the nameplates, lamps, that sort of thing, headboards, are all part of the model, by doing that, you can only have a fixed version, which has everything applied at once, which is what's happened here. And of course, because the numbers are generated as part of the model, it messes up the nameplate, which is a shame because, you know, visually that looks quite appealing, but obviously if you look into it, you have those problems. Bit of a shame, but yeah, there we go. Tom needs this office interior. Yes, you do, and I actually tried looking for it the other day, and then I lost track of what I was doing. So I will get back and try and find it for you for filming. I do apologise. I did forget. Why is Mr. Dark doing there? Yes, good question. That actually looks like quite a good screenshot there. Guion says, yes, you can add scripts to scenic objects. Ah. Well, if you can, please let me know, Guion. Please help me, because I would like to figure out how. Just to get rid of the lamps and a number. Just to make these static models, you know, look good. Because one of the things for filming in Over the Hills is we're going to have a model engineering society at LNWR Dog. So it would be nice to have little locos like this, but with steam effects and, you know, numbers and stuff that don't look messed up. Can't. Oh, damn it. Guion has just popped my bubble. Apparently you can't do it. Well, that's potato. That's the end of my dream. Old Contemptible says it would be interesting if the 7 1/4 gauge locos could talk too. That would be quite funny. Do you know what? I did think about doing a like a spoof episode, but you could have like a full-size loco talking to a bunch of 7 1/4 locos. But if you remember the original Thomas series, the model ones with the wagons, the way they laughed, they were like high-pitched, like. I'm trying to. That's my worst ever impression of a wagon ever. Just the way they laughed. If you imagine them talking like that, then yeah. Yeah, Guion's laughing, but Guion, you've just disappointed all 57 people watching this live stream. Pepperidge Farm remembers. Let's get a shot of her going over the old viaduct. This could very well be one of the last times we see the old stone brick-built viaduct, because I am going to replace this with the steel-built structure, which is from the Stainmore route. Heritage Rail Productions ask, will the wagons in Over the Hills ever be able to talk? Good question. Ramen Boy says, have you ever heard of Wayside Works? Yes, and not really wanting to. So, no. The engineer raised 3.5 and 5-inch gauge. Oh, you're talking about live steam. Reese, you might want to have a look at in-game settings and switch off the tunnel echo occlusion when you next load train sim. It might stop the loud tunnel echoes. To be honest, Tom, I quite enjoy seeing all the rage in the chat when I go through tunnels. Can I voice the trucks, Reese, old Buffy, old pal? Callum, if you can do me a sample of you talking like the trucks, yeah, do a sample. Let me see it or hear it. If this route suddenly disappeared, what other route would you base Over the Hills on? If this route disappeared, then I would just cancel Over the Hills because I'm not going back to the drawing board. Let's just check the map up ahead because we need to set the points correctly. Oh yeah, I remember now. They're always set correct. Guion's ears are bleeding. Good! That's what you get, Guion, you bastard. For building up my hopes like that. Telling me there is a way to change those scripts. And block. Hide user on channel. Because we don't want to see that shit. Your pockets are bleeding. Let's build up the fire a bit more. Awkward silence in the chat, Tom. Very awkward. You're in an online class and someone got kicked for spam. Joe Lightrail was saying he's going to go if there's another tunnel, his ears are getting destroyed. Well, Joe, I can tell you there's about 4 or 5 more tunnels. So, yeah, lol. Bye. I guess we'll be seeing you rain then. Scottish Steam Productions is doing a Choose Your Own Adventure Steam series as an animated section. Would you and some others like to be in it? Yeah, go on then. Why not? David Whiting says he doesn't mind the tunnel, so you must be the only one. I think everybody else is cringing when the tunnels come along. By the way, guys, incidentally, there's another tunnel coming. Oh, God. Connor the Tank Boy says, how about Over the Hills episode 7? Here we go. Fuck's sake. There always has to be one, doesn't there? The Engineer 100 turns his volume all the way up. And here we go, arriving in Penwyth. Handbrake on and vacuum brakes off. Scottish Steam Production says you'll have the same count as a Great Western Pannier. Riley says there is this innovative button known as the mute button. It is designed to lower your volume to such a level where the audio input from your video will be inaudible. Get yours while stocks last. Riley, you could be a mute button salesman. I think you should go cold calling on people's front doors, but at the same time you can offer them UPVC products as well. Has anyone ever noticed that this station kind of gives me the impression it's based on Lakeside or Haverwaite on the funnily enough, the Lakeside and Haverwaite Railway. It's funny because I've driven past that railway twice doing things up in the Lake District, and both times I didn't get to actually go on the railway, which I'm really sad about. However, I did visit a year and a half ago. I did manage to go and visit the Ravenglass and Eskdale Railway, which was pretty good. Although the shame was I had to go ride behind a diesel. Based on Haverwaite. Yeah, I thought so. It's because of that mountain thing at the other end, isn't it? Oh, we've been going for an hour and 15 minutes. Connor the Tank. Do you want Over the Hills episode 7? Well, too bad, you ain't getting it. That is essentially what's happened. You know, it's not happening. And it doesn't seem to matter how many times I tell people, but nobody listens. Cue shocking fact of train sim. But we are getting TDRS Series 10. Tom, you just couldn't help yourself, could you? Just could not help yourself. You had to get a shameless plug right there, right then. Ah, it's okay, I don't mind. Yeah, since we are on the subject of plugging Tom's channel, you know, forget about my live stream. The Dark DJ Productions, producing TDRS for 10 years. It is his 10th year producing content for YouTube, I believe, Tom. So, you know, if you do anything, click on his username, go onto his channel, give him a like and a subscribe, and start watching TDRS. I just realised I got 9,200 subscribers. That's irrelevant. Tom is going to have to pay Reese for all the minutes he spent advertising. Yeah, Tom, you should do a super chat. Do a super chat for like the minimum possible amount and just put something about TDRS Series 10 airing soon. You should make it like £1 and 1 pence or whatever it is to do the super chat. Or is it £2? I can't remember what the minimum amount is now. Although I'm quite pleased, this live stream has already generated £6.45, so that's paid for my double doner meat and chips for the weekend. So it's a steep old climb now out of Penwyth. And another tunnel. And that would explain why we're going slow, because the handbrake was on again. Callum is asking, do I do anything other than make kebabs and eat babies? Well, I don't think you got the order the right way round, but essentially I don't do a lot anymore. You know, lockdown has really killed everything, hasn't it? Gotta be honest, we're 12 months into lockdown, you know, in this whole COVID-19 business. I was really hoping last year that we, you know, a year from now we would sort of be, the world would be recovering from it. And I have to be honest, I'm starting to find it quite hard. And I know, you know, everyone will sort of say, join the club. But, yeah. I think, you know, when it all started, I thought, oh, it's going to go on for like 6 months or so, and life may go back to normal. But it just still hasn't. 12 months on. Reese, can you drive a Fairburn tank for your next stream? Joe, we've had this discussion every bloody live stream. Go and look at what locos are actually available. Locos, routes, whatever. You can't just sit there telling me to do... you know, telling me to stream something if there aren't any. We have this discussion every live stream. I swear, you've subscribed just so you can come back and tell me this. Ugh. Yeah, I think looking from the chat, I think everybody else is just a bit fed up of COVID. The biggest thing I've been missing is, you know, I started working a shore-based job, spending more time in the country, because before I was missing the days out that everybody did because I was always at sea and I couldn't go. Whereas now I'm doing a shore-based job, so I would be able to attend. But of course, dear Mr. COVID came along right when I'm available. Oh, this is quite a good filming location as well. I'm going to have to make a record or a list of all the good filming locations, because you can get some cracking screenshots. It's one of the reasons why I chose this route. And then I set fire to the embankment, as you can see here for one of the episodes. Oh, I just heard something. I just heard a notification of some form. Let's see what happens. Dark DJ Productions has said £2 and 2 pence. Thank you for the advertisements, isms, Reese. Ah, cheers, Tom. Thank you very much, sir. That's cheesy chip wrap right there for £2. Thank you. Tom, just so you know, I was only joking when I said do that. But thank you very much, it is appreciated. It's a bit of a shame, really, that the minimum amount that you can donate... Well, actually, I don't know. Can someone try... Not you, Tom, just anyone who can do super chats. I know I'm asking for donations now, which is a bit cheeky, I know, so you don't have to do this. I was just going to say, try donating 1 penny and just see what happens if it actually allows you to do it. Because I don't know if it'll let you do it. I don't know if there's a... I know that there's a £2 minimum if you want a super chat, but that's set by YouTube. That's not set by the YouTubers. That's YouTube themselves that set that. Minimum is £1, is it? Tom, this is the first time he's ever done a super chat. Tom, I'm privileged. Thank you very much. Oh god, more questions from Joe Light Railway. Can you put coke inside of coal instead of coal and steam locos? Do you know what? I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Callum has just donated £1. There's no super chat with that one. Is that the minimum donation, Callum? Did it say anything when you tried to do it? because I think that's a donation rather than a super chat. It's just come up as a donation. So this is a good way of making money, isn't it? Hey guys, just do a little test. Just donate £1 and see if it works. See, it says that it says it's a super chat, but there's no text. I've cottoned onto a Coney money-making scheme. Yeah, this is it's quite good, Tom. It's working quite nicely. I can get what can I get with this? £9.50 is what this stream's made so far. I could probably get a mixed meat and chips, probably with a side salad as well, with some garlic sauce. God, you guys are gonna make me fat. If I keep spending all the money that is being donated on the stream, if I go and spend it on kebabs, I'm just going to end up fat. You can get at least a decent doner kebab. Yeah, I could. There is actually quite a good kebab place not far from me. And we are running out of steam for some reason. Let's shut off. Although we don't have a huge amount left to the end. Ian Garbison has donated $2 US. Looks around, I don't even know what's going on. Thank you very much, Ian. It's appreciated. And I'm guessing it's either £2 or $2 then. Which is odd. I'm assuming it's dollars then. It's $2 is the minimum. So I guess whatever the exchange rate is, £1.30 or £1.40. Tunnel. Tunnel. We've got a couple more tunnels ahead, I'm afraid. Right, we'll just use the drone to take a obligational going across the bridge shot. Although we do need to set the points as well. Nope, they're all set, that's good. as we round the corner into Penwyth Junction, where we'll be soon joining the main line and running into Blindbearer Station. Camera pigeons. Yeah, there's no such thing as drones back in the day of Steam, so we had carrier pigeons with cameras strapped to them with a long exposure. Trying to get a bit of an arty-farty shot with the castle in the background there. Does look quite decent, that. Reminds me of the last live stream we did with the virtual footplate with Sam, where he was left a bit, left a bit, left a bit, right a bit, right a bit, when we took Bahamas for a spin. Of course, driving Bahamas, we had to, you know, do it right. Not enough brasso though, that's the only thing. Hang on, that was righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. So then, we're nearly at the end of this live stream. I'm afraid I'm only going to do the one run. I'm not going to run around and go back because it's just, we're already at an hour and a half. It's just going to take too long. Plus, I'm running out of steam, as it turns out. Not in terms of the steam locomotive in front of me, but in terms of me getting pretty tired. Can't stay up late like I used to. Robert Trott says, have you ever derailed a game in the engine in this game? Robert Trott, I guess you haven't watched many videos on my channel then, because that's generally what I'm well known for, I think. To be honest, if we get to the end of a live stream and I haven't derailed, it's quite a surprise. T-Bone is saying crash at the end. No, I don't want to crash. I really like this engine. So I was just about to ask everybody, actually. So I know that I'm rather late to this party in terms of doing a live stream. Token exchange. I'm rather late at the party and hand the token back. In terms of this loco was released quite a while ago. Has anybody seen this video or watched this live stream and thought, you know what, I'm going to go and buy that because it's quite good? Or I assume anybody who is going to buy it has already bought it. Tunnel. Almost Kenchis is saying this man is getting his money worth from the game. Well, this is you get out of it what you put in, don't you? I enjoy doing a token exchange. Although, to be honest, it's the only one I seem to do, considering how many sections there are on that line, and I only exchange one token. I think there might be something amiss there. So I think that was the last tunnel, but we do have this underpass coming up. But I don't think it messes with the sounds. Although don't quote me on that. Oh, there's the engine depot. We haven't actually had a look over there for ages. Do you know, I genuinely can't remember the last live stream where we did actually do a run on the Penwyth Valley. I've been trying to avoid doing it because I just felt I was doing it too much. Let's see if the points are set the right way. There we go, all set. So there's this underpass thing that should be the last tunnel. I don't think it does. I remember going under this underpass and it... Oh, there's a bump there in the track. Better get the permanent way guys on that. I remembered running this route. It shouldn't do, but, you know, we'll see. Brace, 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 brace. Okay, I lied. Didn't think it does. Sorry about that, chaps. Turns out it does. And this is one of the reasons why I love this route, is this, as you're coming into this final station, it just looks really smart. There's a couple of assets I would like to change before I do some filming. But yeah. Here we go, chaps. This has been the LNWR 380 class. I hope you've enjoyed it. And we've also we've had a good look at the Matrix Trains coaches, the non-vestibule, non-corridor stock. So these will be available, as I said earlier, at the live stream from Steam Sound Supreme's website. It's still in development, so we don't know exactly when that will be. Probably ought to speed up a bit. The speed limit is 15 on this crossover. That's actually quite a nice scene, watching the train going into the station. Second valve, let's get a bit of speed on. People are determined to see an accident. Yes, they are. Unfortunately, almost Kentish people seem to watch my channel and they kind of expect me to derail. I only derail about 87% of the time. Plus also, people haven't paid me enough during the live stream to derail. You know, that's a thing. I'm going to see a super chat for 20 quid now. There's derail. Just joking. But if incidentally anyone did fancy doing that, you know, I wouldn't be objecting to it. And welcome to Blindberris Station. Oh, there's Guion. Model Tech has been nominated for another British Railway Modelers Award. Incidentally, chaps, if any of you are into railway modelling, Guion runs Model Tech. And he does actually do quite a good product. It's a baseboard joining piece of track? It's actually quite good. And to be fair, I'm going to get a few. But, yeah. There we go, chaps. We've made it to the end. That was 79.54 on a passenger train. And I hope you've enjoyed this video. I am absolutely exhausted, I'm afraid. Oh yeah, we could go through the magic buffers. We need a set of magic buffers there so that every time you go near them there's a big rainbow and it goes der 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 der. yeah, so that's pretty much the end of the live stream. The links are in the video description below. If you head down, go to Caledonia Works website, buy the 380 class, which was released all that time ago, and have a look at some of the other stuff. As I've said before earlier this live stream, if you haven't tried it, just try one. Choose a loco that you want and just pay for it, download it, and Ian Garberson has just donated $5 and said shameless plugs aplenty. Goodness me, thank you for that. Oof, I got so much acid. Acid reflux. There we go. Now to do 2 hours of Derail Valley. No, next week will probably be the Derail Valley. Well, actually, it's either going to be Derail Valley or it's going to be Firefighting Simulator. I haven't fully decided. I think it's probably going to be Firefighting Sim next week. Because... oh, no, I'm talking through my arse. I was going to say, it's probably not going to be Firefighting Sim next week, because next week I'm off. I'm off duty, so I'll definitely be live streaming. So I'll probably do either a virtual footplate or a fancy live stream, and then the week after would be Derail Valley or Firefighting Sim. Yeah. How much money have you made in this stream? This live stream has actually made 15 quid, so I'm quite chuffed with that, guys. Thank you very much. That's definitely paid for a kebab and a half, that one. Yay, virtual footplate. I'll have a chat with Sam and we'll see what we're going to do for the next virtual footplate. Not sure. We'll try and make it interesting. And we'll also try and just make it a bit different. Something I want to do is to run an American route with the FEF 3, or whatever, the big massive Union Pacific thing. And of course, because that's an advanced loco, that's going to take, for driving and firing it, that'll be quite interesting. So, rate, comment, like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Good night everybody, bye bye.